So welcome back to the channel, guys. If you guys are new to this channel and literally new to my lock journey, then subscribe down below. You feel me? We got a banger today. We are doing something completely different. I got inspiration from this channel called Healthy Afro Hair, and we are going to be doing a hair porosity test. As you can see, my hair is slightly damp because I've started the first test already, and right now I'm just letting the air dry. I will be blow drying it later on in this video. So before we even get straight into the video, I want to show you these really cool pieces that just came in a post from me from Ana Luisa. Ana Luisa is no ordinary jewelry brand. They're literally a jewelry brand that focuses on being kind to the earth. So they believe in having jewelry that is aesthetically pleasing and also kind to the earth in terms of the process of making these jewelry pieces. So the first piece that we're seeing right now is called Nala, which I think is a really cute name for a ring. So this beautiful cocktail ring dipped in 14K karat golds on bras is literally studded with cubic zirconium diamonds on it. So, and it literally weighs nothing at all, like coming in at 3.8 grams. So it's lightweight, looks aesthetically pleasing, and literally fits the ring properly. Like I would wear this right now, but obviously this is all female jewelry. Like I think you can rock it as a guy, I think, but it barely fits my hand. So the next piece that you're seeing right now is this gold bracelet called Aura. I swear to God, like this brand does a really good, like, interesting thing. They personify their jewelry, which just makes it 10 times better. But yeah, this little gold bracelet like they're saying right now, you can see in the B-rolls, it's called Aura. Aura is also similar to Nala, as it's a watch strap bracelet that is dipped in also 14K karat gold, but on stainless steel now. Now you can see how they're using recyclable materials in any kind of step that they get, because jewelry shouldn't cost the earth anything. Like we shouldn't be killing anyone or damaging the environment during mining for anything. So my next piece, my camera is not doing me justice right now. It does not want to focus, but it's called literally Libra. Now I wanted this piece for myself and I realized it was not big enough, which was annoying. So I'm gonna have to like reorder it or get something similar. But this piece is so amazing. So it's similar to Aura and Nala as well. It is 14K karat gold dipped on hypoallergenic stainless steel. This necklace has a pendant of the astrological sign, the Libra. So I don't know if you guys are into like astrology and stuff like that, but your girl probably is, or your wife probably is. So I'm pretty sure she'll be like over the moon if you get her astrology. Just don't mess it up, guys, please. Don't mess it up. But this Christmas and also into the New Year's, Ana Luisa is going to be doing a crazy Christmas deal. If you buy one, you get 60% off using the link down below in my description. So make sure you check it out, guys. I think it'll be a lovely gift for your sisters, wives, and girlfriends, man. Their pieces are affordable, recyclable, and kind to the earth, man. And they look aesthetically pleasing as well. So definitely check them out. And also let me know if you do purchase, tag me in it, and also tag them as well, man. So thank you guys again for staying and watching these 3 pieces from Ana Luisa. Let's get straight into the video. Okay guys, so what is hair porosity and why does it matter to your natural hair and your lock journey? You feel me? Why does it matter? So hair porosity is literally how open or closed your cuticles are in your hair. Now if your hair is low porosity, then it's going to be very close cuticles and it's going to keep moisture in and also keep moisture from coming in. You understand? Having a high porosity hair means your cuticles are open more, so it allows water to go in and also allows water to leave. So if you have low porosity hair, it probably takes you a while to get your hair wet, it takes you a while to moisturize your hair, and like things just seem to sit on your hair for a long time. Compared to if you have a high porosity hair, your hair literally, the moment you use a spray bottle, it literally absorbs the moisture. You have a good time getting oils and moisture into your hair, but also your hair gets dry a lot. So like in the winter time, summertime, your hair is just literally whoop, dried. How that plays into your natural hair journey or your lock journey is that our hair needs water, it needs hydration, and that's the only way we're gonna help it grow. And if we don't know our porosity levels, how are we really taking care of our hair, you understand? Before I even started my lock journey, literally, I used to have like an afro high top, and it would take forever. Like I'll literally wash my hair every single day because it took forever to even like moisturize my hair in the morning. Spray bottles didn't work for my hair, so I'm guessing I've got a low to maybe medium type of porosity with my hair because it took an extra step. As you're gonna see right now in the first test that I do right now, which is literally just wetting your hair in the shower and seeing how long it takes to actually get damp, like fully soak up the water. So check out this video in the shower. Okay, so literally don't mind the steam or whatever it is. It was quite hot in there and the camera was like steaming up and stuff like that. But look into these first 2 or 3 samples. Now, I wet my hair the first time and it was like, it's weird because my hair seemed or looked like it was wet, but I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's still dry. The water literally hasn't penetrated inside my hair. Then I go in for a second time and it started to get a bit more wet and like damp, and I started to see that my hair was holding a bit more water. Then I think I went in a 3rd time now, and that's when my hair was fully, like completely wet. Now, within that test right there, you can see that, okay, cool. Like, yeah, my hair could have been surrounded by a lot of oils. Like that, I haven't washed my hair in like about a week and a half. So it could have been surrounded by a lot of oils. I do use some oils in my spray bottle, so that's why it probably took a long while. So that's why before we get into the main test, it is important to wash your hair first. Get rid of all those oils in your hair. Wash your hair, use some shampoo, no conditioner. Just get all the oils out of your hair before you start doing this test. But as in the first test that we can see already, that my hair takes a while. It takes a good while, like maybe 2 or 3 rinses of water to absorb any water. So right now we're kind of leaning towards that low porosity, medium type porosity right now. I still think I've got a hypothesis that my hair is probably high porosity, but we're gonna see soon. Yeah, video is literally just me washing my hair. I'm still using the Jamaican mango and lime. I'm almost finished. I think I might top up when I get back to the UK soon. Just to let you guys know, I will be heading back to London, so it's going to be crazy. I'm gonna get another retwist. I've got different plans for this next retwist. Like, I've been getting feedback from you guys and it's completely kind of changed a lot of like the way I see my locks and stuff like that. So we're gonna see some new improvements, hopefully getting a few lock styles and stuff like that. So I can't wait for it next week. Hopefully you guys can't wait for it too. So part of the video I literally told you that my hair was like damp and it was like air drying. So it's still been air drying. It's almost kind of like started to kind of dry up now. And the funny thing is that I didn't even use the blow dryer. So I'm gonna use the blow dryer a bit just to get it completely dry. And there's another test from the Natural Afro Hair channel. And it's literally the test where you come out the shower and your hair's wet and you see if your body dries first or your hair dries first. And obviously if your hair dries first, you've got high porosity. And if your body dries first before your hair, then you've got low porosity. So obviously my hair had a lot of water. My body was dry before. I'm not too sure on that test because it's like, yeah, my hair is gonna hold moisture naturally because I've just doused it with almost 2-3 liters of water. So it's gonna take, my body is definitely gonna dry faster than my hair. So I don't really know about that test, but my hair did take a while obviously to dry. So that means I'm leaning towards that kind of low porosity, meaning that my hair is actually holding on to moisture. Right now it's getting dry, but who knows? That's the thing, who knows? We can't really compare it to like your body. Like it's kind of like a weird kind of estimate or test to kind of do it against. But obviously this hair test, this hair porosity test is not only just for Afro hair. It's also for 1A, 1C, 1B, 2C and all that stuff like that, because you can get those type of hairs that just literally dry like that and their body will still be wet. So let's move on to the next test. Before we get into the next test, I'm literally gonna blow dry my hair. Shout out to my housemate also for giving me the blow dryer. I need to get one for Christmas. Listen, if you're watching the video, get me a hairdryer. Okay, as you can tell, my hair is pretty much like, I'd say almost 80% dry. As you can tell, it's all frizzy. And I don't know if you guys can hear that. Yeah, when your hair makes noise like that, it's dry as hell. But the good thing about it is that my hair hasn't like shrunk much, which I'm trying to show you guys. Like, listen, the length is serious. The length is serious. Watch this next retwist, bro. This next retwist is gonna be like down here. I believe so. Maybe down here. Maybe, okay, let me not lie to myself. Probably about hair. That next retwist is gonna be like hair, trust me. So yeah, right now, okay, so right now my hair is dried. While I was drying my hair, bits of my hair was obviously falling out and stuff like that. I was trying to get it really rough so that I could get strands of hair fall out, because I can't I can't put myself in a position to actually pull hair out of my head. Like I have to unknowingly do that. I can't. I feel like that's like self-harm, self-torture, you feel me? So check over here. I don't know if I can show you guys. I've got like pieces of hair. Zoom in. Yeah, so I picked up like strands of hair for this next test. It's a decent amount, not too much. Like obviously I'm not trying to lose my hair. Funny thing, the crazy thing about that is that I was going like really rough and like not much hair was coming out. So I think that's a good kind of sign to say that like my locks are kind of like matting together in a sense. But yeah, this next test, let's get into it. Okay. So for this next test, I tried to get the clearest glass in my kitchen. For this test, we're literally going to get pieces of our hair. This like instance, I'm gonna make a little bundle, like a little ball, to kind of like imitate our locks with the hair, and I'm going to put it on the top of the water, but I'm also going to press it down so it breaks that barrier of the water. So make sure when you're doing this test, don't just sit the water on the top of the hair, on top of the water, because there's a natural water buoyancy, and your hair will just literally sit on top of that and literally just float. So make sure to break that plane, that buoyancy, and get the water on top of the hair for a bit. Now we're gonna sit it down for about, let's say 5 minutes or 2 to 4 minutes. And if your hair sinks to the bottom or sinks at any point, that means you've got high porosity. It means your hair cuticles are open and it's accepting water. You feel me? If it still remains at the top after 2 minutes, then yeah, your hair's got closed cuticles and partially closed in a sense, and they're not accepting much moisture, you feel me? So this is really the main test to really kind of see how your hair does it, you feel me? Obviously with time, if you leave it there for 10 minutes, all hair would be sinking. So that's why we're gonna give it 2 to 4 minutes just to see where our hair is at. So let's get straight into this video. Oh wow. I messed that one up. I literally just pressed the hair on top of the water and it just sunk. Now, I told you guys, I think I have high porosity hair. But yeah, we are going to try this again. And we're not going to press our hair on top of the water. We're just gonna let it stay there because that hair sank really quickly. Yeah, take 2. Okay, we managed to get another few strands of hair. This time I'm gonna sprinkle it. Maybe the weight of like the bundle of hair kind of made it sink. So I'm gonna sprinkle these pieces of hair on the layer of the water, and I'm not going to press it down. So yeah. I spent like literally 5 minutes trying to set this camera up to the best possible view, but here goes our first piece, which I'm gonna literally drop right there. I'm gonna drop another piece as well. And another piece. I don't know if you guys can see them right now, but they're literally just kind of floating on top. I've set the timer for 4 minutes and hopefully they stay on top. Well, hopefully they do what they're meant to do. Okay, so I'm recording on my camera because my other camera is literally just getting too much feedback from the light. My ring light, but as you can see 4 minutes is up right now, so don't worry about that one in the corner down there. That's my previous hair that I did, and it just kind of completely sank. But what we can see from the middle one right there is that half of it is kind of like submerged underwater, and the other half is kind of like keeping it afloat. So it's a bit questionable. Like I said, if the water doesn't break that buoyancy, then it just kind of floats. So you can see in the other one where the hair has slightly, the one at the top has slightly kind of broke the plane, but it's still kind of floating. Then that third piece in the corner, let's see if we can focus on it. That third piece in the corner, same thing, parts of the hair is submerged and parts of it is above the water. I'm gonna lightly touch it real quick to see if it does kind of like sink like the other piece of hair. Let's see if I can hold this camera still. Okay, so I've submerged it and it didn't drop. So that means that the previous one that did sink was probably because it was just too heavy. But maybe if I submerge this one as well. Oh, okay, see that one's falling. Let's see if I push that one under and see if it drops. Okay. So I pushed that one under and it kind of is floating right now. So we got two that are floating, and that one in the corner, that small one, just dropped all the way to the bottom. As you can tell, it's still kind of floating halfway, but hasn't sunk completely. But these two are literally just kind of like holding up. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put the timer in again for another 4 minutes and see if they do drop. Okay, so 4 minutes is up and both like hair follicles have kind of like merged together. But they haven't sunk. Like literally after 4 minutes they have not sunk, which is kind of giving me a lot of questionability with this whole kind of like test. But obviously as a master's student, I realized that you have to do multiple of these tests and you have to actually kind of see the method and test the method to see if that's reliable enough to produce the same results. Obviously we've had 2 by 2 right now, so we've got 2 that's floated and 2 that's sunk. So the reliability of this test is a bit shaky. We need to do it probably another 50 more times to see what our results are going to be before we can start questioning validity. But that's just the student in me right now. But right now I could say that my hair is probably a medium level porosity, to be honest, which is just kind of in between. Because if 2 have sunk and like 2 are just remaining after about maybe 8 minutes now, I can't completely say that I'm low porosity. At the same time, I literally can't say if I'm either low porosity or high porosity. It's a gradient, it's a scale. So I could damn well be literally a medium porosity. Literally my hair has an average open cuticle. So it accepts moisture and also loses moisture at the same time. Looking back when I had afro hair, my hair would literally guzzle up conditioner, boy. I would run through conditioner like crazy because my hair wouldn't get white. Like the conditioner would literally just seep in. And I'm talking about like Cantu leave-in conditioner, you feel me? That stuff would literally get soaked up. Like my hair would not be white, it would be still black, and the conditioner would just literally enter my hair, and it really worked. Cantu actually worked for my hair a good amount, despite kind of what people think about it, but it actually kind of worked for my hair when I had afro hair. But looking back, I would say I had high porosity, which the reason why my hair did sink like that, but for it to kind of float like that, the other 2 strands of my hair that did float, I can also explain that too, because if you saw in the shower that it took forever, like maybe 2 to 3 tries of wetting my hair for my hair to fully kind of like get wet. And obviously there's locks and everything like that, but I would say the same thing with my afro hair as well. It took a while. My afro hair, if I was to dip it in water, it wouldn't completely be wet. So I'd say I'm a kind of like medium porosity levels. If you're on 2 of the extreme ends of the pole, and with this hair porosity test, you probably already know your hair porosity already, literally just by the description already, because you've lived with your hair, you grew with your hair, you already know how frizzy your hair gets, or how much moisture it takes to kind of like seep in. Your hair doesn't take no moisture at all. So it's just kind of get a kind of like understanding of how your hair type is, and with your lock journey, it kind of gives you an understanding of how you should kind of move forward in terms of washing your hair and using types of oils. Because for me now, it's like, say I use a lot of oils now and I'm like, oh wow, my hair still feels dry, it's still making that noise, my hair doesn't feel right, and that could be because my hair's got a decent amount of porosity and I'm just absorbing oils instead of water, and the oil literally just stays there. What I do to kind of like protect against that is literally use about maybe 80% water and like 20% oils in my spray bottle, so I know that I'm getting at least a bit of oil and tons of water, you feel me? And when I'm spraying my hair in the morning, I'm literally like, I'm not literally doing 2 or 3 squirts. It's like I'm literally spraying it until water is literally dropping off my hair, and I'll be good for a good amount of time, maybe about 10 hours. I should be good for the day for about 10 hours before my hair needs another dose of moisturization. You feel me? You should be spraying your hair at least 2 or 3 times a day, and especially when you're going to bed, you should be spraying your hair, because if you haven't transitioned into those kind of like satin covers, and you've got like, or you're not wearing a bonnet or anything like that, your hair is going to be losing moisture, or it might just get hot during the night and you'll be losing moisture. So just kind of consider that as well. Obviously if your hair is low porosity, it does not accept water, but it also keeps water in. then you can't be using crazy amounts of oils and conditioners and stuff like that, because guess what? Nothing's gonna get into your hair. Nothing's gonna get into your hair, and nothing's gonna leave your hair. You feel me? It also boils down to how you wash your hair. If you've got high porosity hair, you do not want to be washing your hair with hot water. You want to be washing it with lukewarm water, because the more hot the water is, the more open your cuticles are gonna get, and it can lead to mutations. So if you've got high porosity hair, you don't need to be blow drying your hair. Just air dry your hair. You feel me? Compared to if you've got low porosity, you want to be washing your hair with hot water so you can open up those cuticles, and you want to be drying your hair with hot air. You feel me? You can't air dry low porosity hair. You would literally sit there like wet spaghetti. You feel me? So it's just things to consider. It's very minor stuff, but it's a really cool test to do, and I encourage you guys on your lock journey to also try it out. Obviously my one was given 2 different types of results, but the test out the Natural Afro Hair channel, she goes through 5 tests. I think I did about 3 today, 3 or 2. I think there's another one where you kind of like get your hair strands and you kind of like rub against it. I can't do that right now because my hair is locked up, so it would feel rough regardless. But if you do have kind of like your natural hair out, get a couple strands and kind of just like rub up and down and see how rough or smooth your strands are, and that's like, I think that's the 4th test. There's a 5th test somewhere in there. I can't think of it, but all of these tests are kind of going to give you a description of how your hair is and how your cuticles are open. So hopefully this video was interesting and intriguing enough. Therefore, check out Ana Luisa's link down below for those jewelries. You want to order your sisters, your wives, your girlfriend some jewelry this Christmas, you feel me? Use that link down below. Buy one and get 60% off. So definitely check it out, and I'll see you guys in the next video of probably my retwist, I think. You know, I don't know, it might be my retwist video. No, my bad. It's actually going to be my 3,000 subscriber advice video. Now, if you want advice on content creating and just producing in general, social media content, let me know. I'm going to be answering a bunch of questions. Also, if you do have any general questions just for me to answer about my lock journey or anything like that, let me know. I'm going to be answering a bunch of questions in that video and literally just kind of celebrating that 3,000 milestone, you feel me? Then I think after that video, I got a retwist, I'm back in London. So yeah, it should be dope pieces of content coming up in the next week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, you feel me? So look out for it, subscribe down below, and I'll catch you guys next time.